everyone once again to the Agroecology webinar series. My name is Evelyn Zuniga, and I am one of the communications officers for the Agroecology Partnership Project. The Agroecology Partnership Project officially started in January 2024 and is funded under the Horizon Europe program. It currently unites the European Commission and 72 partners across 26 member states, associated countries, and third countries. The Agroecology Partnership seeks to support the agriculture sector to meet the targets and challenges from climate change, biodiversity loss, food security and sovereignty, and the environment. The partnership combines the resources of the European Commission and the participating countries to fund advanced research that generates essential knowledge and innovative technologies that closely align with its goals. This is our second webinar in the series Agroecology Biodiversity, and throughout this series, we will explore key practices, challenges, and innovations that contribute to maintaining healthy and productive crops for resilient ecosystems. Just a housekeeping announcement, please feel free to type your question in the Q&A section and in the chat box that I have enabled for everyone. And I'm going to do my best to address as many questions as possible with the time that we have today. Today, we are very fortunate to have Dr. Konstantinos Matas, who is currently a professor of agricultural policy at the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. Give me 1 second. I need to share my screen real quick. Yes. This the one. Perfect. Just coming up. Perfect. Okay. Came up. Professor Mata's work focuses on agri-food economics, European policy, sustainability transitions, food marketing, and rural development. He has coordinated and contributed to numerous European and international research projects supporting evidence-based policymaking across the agri-food sector. With more than 300 scientific publications, Professor Matas is widely recognized for his contributions to modeling agricultural markets, evaluating policy impacts, and analyzing food supply chains. Throughout his career, he has supervised multiple master and PhD students and contributed to academic networks across Europe and helped strengthen the link between research, innovation, and agricultural policy. Today, the title of his presentation is Fork to Farm Agent-Based Simulation Tool Augmenting Biodiversity in the Agri-Food Value Chain, which is the BioValue project. Professor Matas, thank you very much for joining us today and for agreeing to present some insights on the BioValue project.
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to present some highlights of the BioValue project. I'm not going to give all the details and everything that has produced, but just I have some short stays in a few of the achievements, and I have sent to you also all the resources, and in my last slide that probably the people they can go and they can dive in. The BioValue project is a European funded project, as you said. There are around 20 partners that they cover all the Europe and beyond the Europe, from Turkey, Georgia to Norway. And the main objective is to contribute to biodiversity and in particular to agrobiodiversity. I have a little bit changed the title, The Healthy Agroecology Story, from folk to facts. I make a little bit as a story, very short. And I say the healthy agroecology, since I like very much the partnership's name, Agroecology. Agroecology is just I can see there are three Greek words there, very important words that almost they cover all the purpose of biodiversity, agrobiodiversity. It's one word, the first word is agros, and agros in ancient Greek is not what we consider today only the fields and it's everything, the rural area, everything that is non-urban, okay? Eco is translated as a house, but it's not the house. It's the house, the home, the environment, everything also. It's and logos also is something that is very hard also to translate today. That is not only the speech, it is the logic and the expression and the study, everything. So it's agroecology. And this agroecology, in this agroecology, one great part, usually the people, they think is the agriculture. Uh, the concept of our BioValue project, it goes beyond the agriculture. It's the agro-food, the whole agro-food system. And the agro-food system, the agro-food systems, usually the society, they cannot grasp very well. They think it's agricultural. But the agro-food systems, I think is the most powerful system and in terms of economics, employment, environment, and so on. I coordinated a project about the food industry in Europe, Foodima. And you will surprise that with this system, almost 1/4 of GDP is connected directly or indirectly to this agro-food system. And 1/5 of the employment as well for almost for all the European countries. So this system is very powerful, but it's powerful also for the environment. Almost 40% of the biodiversity loss is due to this system. 30% of the emissions that are coming of this system. But this system is also powerful to reverse the results. And that's what we try, and this is what we have used in this approach. So we have to look not only the agro, but the whole system. Please, the next one. Okay, here just it's a selective one. How they are connected. If you go through the literature, you can see the devastating effects of biodiversity. Biodiversity affects almost everything. And I selected some of the effects. But if you can see whatever affects biodiversity is connected also with agro-food systems. The climate change is connected, and sometimes you don't know which one is most powerful, the biodiversity, mitigation of the climate, which comes first, you don't know. And the water, we know the problem of the water, everything is connected with biodiversity and the agro-food systems. The agro-food systems, they use water, how to use, everything is connected. Soil degradation. When you don't have agrodiversity, you have monoculture, you have this soil degradation. And then you go to pollination. If you don't have biodiversity, you don't have pollination. The pollination is not only the bees, it's all the insects, everything that exists in the nature, and they exist in a very good balance. Everything is imbalanced and have devastated effects. And what I put is also the health of the humans. The health is depending also from biodiversity. When the people today, they almost 50%, around 50% of the day food is coming from 3 only crops. And if you add and you make 10, almost you exceed the 90%. If the people today, they have a biodiversity in their food dish with only those crops, they have devastated effects, immense effects on their health. So also affects the health, the nutrition and everything. And even over the last years, we have the problem with heat waves. The same. So agri-food, what is the message? Agri-food systems and biodiversity. One affects the other, and the agri-food systems can be used to reverse the other. The next, please. Yeah. The call is requested to increase the agro-biodiversity. So we have to bring some more crops in the culture. Instead to have oligoculture or monoculture, we have to have much more diversity. It's not only the crops are less, the land races, the genotypes, they are less than what they used 50 years ago. So in our project, we have selected some indicative crops that we can use and we can promote in our systems. And those that are in the group of the grains, legumes, leafy vegetables, and fruity vegetables. And you can see some of them. I'm not gonna go details for all of them. Just you imagine that even 2,000 years ago, when you go to Crete and you see some ancient buildings there, I surprised when I saw that the people, they ate lathyrus and lentils. And now the people, they went to another way of diet. And one of our achievements, I think, was the introduction of leafy vegetables. Now there is one, Sonchus oleratius, but the leafy vegetables, there are hundreds of leafy vegetables, hundreds, that they are very nutrient. They offer all the macronutrients that the people they require. Unfortunately, only in a few countries they use them even as a raw of cooked salad. Only in few, or maybe in Europe it's mainly the spinach, yeah. And there are hundreds of them that they are very healthy. They are full of vitamins and they are very good in the cultivation. They can be cultivated in any crop system, in rotations, in crop matching, and offer pollination, everything. So it's a very good way of life to introduce these cooking vegetables. And we have publications on this, how nutritions are, how they can help the health of the soil, the health of the environment, and the health of human beings just by introducing this one. Going through all this stuff and having this in mind, that we are thinking that whatever you introduce in agriculture, in order to get established, it must be established also on our diet, in our diet, in our dish. If we don't use this, the farmers, the people that they cultivate, they can cultivate for 1 or 2, 3 years, and that's it, nobody. So please, the next. Yeah. So what is the approach? I think the approach is the policy from farm to fork, that is well known, farm to fork, demonstrates the power of this food chain from farm to fork. But in order to influence, I think we have to start from fork. That's what we have in these concepts we put, that the basic and the starting point is the fork, is the food dish. Yeah, you imagine something. even if you start and eating only seasonal to change your food, the effect on your health and environment is profound. Only one change. If your food dish is more biodiverse, also the effect is not only on your health. There are ripple effects that they go, repercussions that they go up to the whole chain. So the food industry can be adjusted, everybody can adjust it, and the farmers can adjust. So this is the main concept that we have. We have to start from the fork. Next, please. So if we start from the fork, we have to make a little bit more sensitive also the food industry and the food processing. The food processing industry, while the food processing industry tries to diversify the way that they sell the boxes, the package, everything. But if you go back, you see there are mainly 3 products. Okay, there are not so many biodiverse. So we have a group of people from the Bologna University in Italy that they have worked with the processing industry, how the processing can be attracted by biodiverse processed products. So when they offer, for example, pasta, they don't offer pasta from wheat, but the pasta from lentils, for chickpeas, for everything. So it's biodiverse also. The people, they eat pasta, since they get used to eat pasta, but at the same time, they eat 4 or 5 crops. So this is a huge part of our research, since we would like to mobilize also the food industry. And the next, please. Yeah, if we have the food industry, we have to secure also that there is no cheating. So we suggest protocols how you can certify and trace the biodiversity in the processing product. So there are people that they work from the University of Cyprus and other universities, how France, I think, some group from France, that they work how to trace and have a sort of certificate to certify the biodiverse, that this product is biodiverse, since instead of having 1 genotype, there are 5, 6 genotypes. So offer products that they can be used from other processes, the processing industry, and so on. How? And it is possible to trace it and certify the biodiversity. And the next, if I can, yeah. And the second one, the third, fourth, I don't know what we are thinking. It's okay, the people, they would like to have biodiverse, but they have some tastes today. So we have to offer the people recipes and outlets how to have a biodiverse food dish and having also a very modern and nice taste, so they can like. Certainly the people, all the people, they cannot go back and eat the way that they ate the chickpea in Latin America, I don't know, in Africa, in Asia, how they eat. They have now those new tastes. So we offer plenty of recipes. So those recipes can make very tasteful food and biodiverse and very healthy for the human beings and for the environment. So this was another dimension of the work. The next one, please. Yeah, this is a little bit technical. Just I give the resources, and the resources here is, there is a tool that is more a simulation tool by tool. There is a chat bot where you can ask questions, and there is also a BioValue app where you can download the BioValue app and the recipes and so on. So the people that further interested, they can go and they dig in and they find a lot of stuff. The next. Yeah. The final idea was, okay, let's see and check if indigenous diets, let's say a little bit earlier, we were thinking that today the people, it's very hard for them to say, okay, you make a biodiverse food dish. It's very difficult. Now the people, they get used to follow some particular diets, Western type diet, Mediterranean diet, Dutch diet, Dukan diet, vegan diet, vegetarian diet, and so on. So probably the solution is in some of the diets. That's what we are thinking. So you say the people, you follow the principles of this diet, and this diet is very good for your health, but at the same is very good for the environment. Let's test if this hypothesis is the right one and correct one. One of the diets that is well known and everywhere, this diet, is the Mediterranean diet. And it's not the only one. There are many, but it's well known everywhere, from USA to Asia, everywhere. There are several indigenous diets, but there is also a little Mediterranean diet. Let's take the Mediterranean diet. So we took some countries from that they have not perfect Mediterranean diet. Today, you cannot find the Mediterranean diet. You cannot find very easily indigenous diets, but a little bit prevailing Mediterranean diet. And some countries where they have prevailing Western type diets. 6 countries and 6 countries, we compare them and we find very interesting results. It's amazing if you can see that the people that they ate the Mediterranean diet, they cultivate 50% more crops than the others. Why they cultivate more crops? Since the people, they ask for, they buy, they demand. So 50%, very huge difference. So incorporated principles of indigenous diets, it's a very good solution without thinking about what and how. And all this concept, let's say, all this concept that we have, we think that the fork and the food dish is a powerful tool, very powerful tool. You don't wait for policy change. You don't wait politicians to change that make some different policies. You make your own change in your food. And the effect has ripple effects throughout the chain, everywhere. So it's very, very important. I say only one small change. You can bring significant change, significant change. You can imagine that to reverse biodiversity, they estimated that it's required almost $900 billion, 900 billion. And they have the meetings, but it's very hard to find the 900 billion. So only the consumer, the individual, can make the change, can make very easy. Supported not the environment, his own health, his own health. So we have benefits from environmental side and economic benefits also, and from health. The medical care can be reduced. The private that you pay can be reduced. just by using your your food seeds, when you buy, when you eat, and the message, it will go through the chain. This is, I think, one of the messages that we try to, to get across to more wide audience. Next, please. Yeah, this is an indication from the work that we have done, has attracted this concept, has attracted local media, national media, and several of the international media that you can see here. It's Euronews, US Breaking News, News Medical, this approach that through the Mediterranean, say, diet linked to greater biodiversity and food security. Every diet, this attracted. So I would like to close this presentation with this message. We don't go in details what to do, but we have a tool that we don't request somebody else to offer us. We have it in our dish every day, and we are connected with the whole food system. The people, I'm saying several times, the people today, all the people, they are connected to the food. They are connected at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. It depends how many times a day they feed themselves. So they are connected and they transfer the message. Thank you very much. Thank you. Those are the resources that they can find very detailed.
Yeah, excellent. Yes, if people want to get a hold of the resources, you can email me and I can share uh, all of them. Indeed, I saw the book of recipes. It was really nice and they seem pretty easy to do. So I
Yeah.
invite people to go and have a look at it. I'm gonna put the link here. And something else that you said, it just kind of it got in my head that the change also can come from the person itself, what you eat and your food habits. And I can see that, for example, here in Ireland, for example, the red split lentils,
Yeah.
you could before you could only find them in the Asian shops. And lately they have been putting them like in big markets in Aldi and Tesco, and now you can find them. So I imagine that people are kind of changing and demanding more of this. And then these supermarkets decided to, okay, so we know that we're gonna sell this, and they started putting them in the shelves.
Yeah, but this one is where some people we are working on this, that people they have never thought how the immigration contributes to biodiverse
Yeah,
food dish.
yeah.
You can see throughout the Europe.
Hmm.
We have not noticed this. There are food in Europe that 20, 30 years you cannot find, and today you can find everywhere, since it came from Asia, from Africa, from Mediterranean.
Yeah,
And this one also gives a push to biodiversity in European cultivation.
yeah.
So this is another dimensions that you brought up.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So I invite people to type your question in the Q&A and the chat box. So while they are typing away, I have I have my questions here. So um, is there a part of the project um, that was linking kind of the consumer preferences on these different underutilized crops, like kind of like some kind of survey that to approach people to these new underutilized crops and then how keen they would feel to use them.
Yeah, we have not focused, we have offered all the details for those groups, in order to satisfy the requirements of the call.
Mhm.
But we don't have any focus on those particular groups. Those are indicative.
All right.
If you if you focus only in one songhus, we don't do anything. We don't have achievements. Like songhus, there are several wild plants that can be used, cultivated a very nutrition. And from country to country, they are different.
Mhm.
I, sometimes when I travel and I walk around in, let's say, in Ireland, in UK, and I go around and say, you see, they are full of so many plants, and the people, they don't know that they are so nutrient, full of nutrient. They go and buy supplements, and the supplements are just in front of their yard.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, um, like from your research, um, what challenges do you think maybe farmers that decide to adopt these new crops could be facing? Would there be
Yeah,
any?
okay. The farmers, it's another story.
Mm,
When you vision all this agro-food system, you vision this agro-food system several times, and in the modern life today, usually we don't think that everywhere there are some people, there are some agents, there are some activists, there are some people. So those people, if you see all the agro-food chain, there is the agriculture, we say, is the key in the middle. But it's not agriculture. There are the farmers.
yeah,
Agriculture itself, it's nothing. There are the farmers. The Commission has realized that, and I think there are some calls also about the attractiveness
yeah,
of the farmer's profession. Yeah. The attractiveness is the profession today, it's very demanded of the farmers. And the returns that they have, I think they are the lowest one, the returns. You imagine today a farmer, the farmer has to have up-to-date knowledge, technological knowledge, digital knowledge, uh, to align with the law, to align with accounting, everything, and to face the weather. This it's very hard for the farmers, and they can adjust, and they are staying there, and they are staying there because they like what they are doing. They're working with the natural, but the society has to realize that also the urban life, the urban people, they are interconnected, integrated with the existence of those people and the areas. And I think we are not so sensitive on this, the society, to
yeah,
press also the politicians. We have to keep those people. And you know, it's not only in Greece or in Italy, everywhere. Everywhere. The rural area is deserted. The people, they live. So of course, certainly, it can be only by high-tech technology. But the high-tech technology, I'm feeling, that cannot cover all the requirements of biodiversity. They can fill the requirements of those crops like wheat, like maize, but not those that we are talking about, sohus and all this stuff.
yeah,
So there is a sensitivity to coexistence. We have to keep them, the farmers. And the farmers, they love and they have those. And they know better than anyone how important it is to have biodiverse cultivation.
mhm,
They know very well. They know when they have rotation, the next year the crops, they go better.
mhm,
Yeah, but if they put for the next year a legume and they cannot sell,
yeah,
so they continue and they have the next year again corn, and the
mm,
next year again corn. And as we go and we have 20 projects, 20 projects, 50 projects about soil health because we lost the health
yeah. The
of the
soil
soil.
compost. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, I guess monocultures, yeah, it's an issue, but yeah, being able to get some profit out of diverse crops, yeah, that will make a difference for the farmers. We have a
And the
question here.
consumers, they have to realize that There are some crops that they look a little bit expensive, but if you count the nutrients that they have, I think they are the cheapest.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And that's my feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, exactly. We're not used to measure the the food by their nutrition, it's
But they
like by their
power,
cost.
yeah. We say and we look, this is a vegetable, okay, yeah. But this one vegetable with the other vegetable is very different. This one is very different. Yeah, it's so they have the consumers. Biodiversity, uh, we have it's a problem for everyone, for everyone.
Hmm.
The heat waves that they cannot stop, the heat waves, a big problem. Part of it is due to loss of biodiversity. There is no biodiversity. If the fire goes and stops in another cultivation that is green, it stops. If all the cultivation is the same, it's not stop everywhere.
Yeah.
It's and this biodiversity not only in crops and animals also.
Yeah.
We have only today chicken production and all the animals and the people they used to eat 10, 20 animals, and today finally we came up only with chicken.
Three. Chicken. Yeah. Yeah. We have a question here.
Almost, almost, almost.
We have a question here from a person. It says changing people's food habits is difficult, and yeah, the industry producing ultra processed food is strong.
Yeah.
How will we or you think we can handle this?
He's right. He's very right.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to change. I know that even in my family, I teach, but nobody is changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard. That's why we try to offer recipes with modern tastes, so they don't change, they don't feel that they change. So also, we think one solution is even the processing industry to offer products biodiverse, and they are looking that they are not biodiverse. You have pasta, but the pasta is not only with not only one crop, not only from wheat. We have also the genotypes. The wheat today, it could be, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 10 genotypes. Used to be hundreds of them. So you have different land races. So, and they have the same problem. One solution. And the second solution that we think, and probably the other people that can think several solutions on this. I understand that it's hard to change behavior. I understand very, very hard. It's to offer this one, offer uh, biodiverse food dish with, we said, with modern taste. So we use the taste.
Hmm.
They don't change the taste.
Yeah.
They continue. You cannot go and say like what the people they ate in Brazil and say I don't like the people can say I don't like this. Yeah, yeah. I remember even for me when I went at that time in the States and I saw the food that they ate. Well, I don't eat. It's not Greek.
Yeah, it's true. That plays a really big part
So
in like how people.
I agree very much that it's very hard to behave. But
Yeah.
I think also, and I trust, there are people very sensitive. So there are people that they are very sensitive. And sometimes to make the change, that's a belief, okay? It's not a document. Uh, you don't need all the people to change. If you start changing, they can change. Since the people, they realize that they have to live in this planet. We have to live for a long time in this planet. And the planet is under threat with loss of biodiversity, with the rise of the temperature, with heat waves, everything. So we have to act. the people, I think they can realize. And acting by your food is, for me, I think is the easiest way. The easiest way. It's just up to you.
Yeah.
There is no excuse. It's up to you.
Yeah, I guess people we have a lot of power from our decisions and how we decide to feed ourselves because as you said, it has a ripple effect on the whole value chain. How we decide what we decide to demand from supermarkets or so on. We have another question here, and maybe it's the last one because we're past time.
Yeah.
So so it says
Oh, it was enjoyable. Okay.
so it says what one crop that is currently underutilized, um, do you think it would be the best for farmers to start to focus on?
Very hard question
Mm,
to focus. Uh, okay. Let me say that throughout the project as a coordinator, I try always to take into consideration that food is not only a matter of what we, the scientists, we can say. Food is connected with local nature. We don't have to violate. It's very different, the food that we have in Thessaloniki, even from Athens and Crete. It's very different. Can you guess? From Norway. So that's we have to offer principles. And also the food is influenced by culture, by heritage. We don't have to destroy all of those and have unanimous and you have a generalization, say you eat like this, you eat. And then we support the biodiversity, but we reverse the biodiversity. This is the beauty of biodiversity, that we go from one place to the other, and this is the adjustment. We say in another project that I coordinate is uh, mimic process, matching. We have to mimic the nature all the time. If we have generalizations and say buckwheat, for example, in Georgia, that we have part in Georgia, it was perfect for the farmers, the buckwheat. But the buckwheat for the Greeks, but for the Greeks, there are in their tradition, in North Greece, there are chickpeas. In south, there is fava bee. So who cares? They eat fava, and the other, they eat chickpea. We succeed. And you know, we have a publication defining what is myron and what is underutilized. To underutilizing could, for our paper that we have published, that underutilized for Greece is the rice,
all right.
but not for Asia. Why? Because we use rice only for salinity areas, more particular. So contributes to biodiversity. This is the ultimate goal of our work and our project.
All right, yeah, try to incorporate, yeah, because biodiversity, I imagine, try to incorporate biodiversity. It looks different in every country because they don't have
That's
the
right. Yeah,
same,
that's right.
like,
It's
it
the
cannot be
nature.
uniform across Europe. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's biomimic
Yeah,
approach.
try to maintain what you already have,
Yeah.
what you
Or
have
to
had for
match,
centuries.
or you try to match what we have. This
Okay,
is the best way.
yeah, yes.
Usually we, the scientists, we say, you have to do this everywhere. No, it's not. It's not fitting. It's not one size for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
exactly.
this is contributing to biodiversity. And this is very beautiful. And this is what makes the difference. And this is why the people, they get used to biodiversity. And they realize what is the benefits of biodiversity. If we make everything, we try to fix biodiversity and we make everything the same, then we destroy it.
True. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. Um, I just want to thank you very much, Professor Constantinos. We run out of time,
Okay,
but it
thank
has
you.
been very, very, very fun, like to discuss about this topic. Thank you everyone for your questions. They were kind of very engaging, and I just want to invite everyone to our next webinar on Wednesday, January 14th, and it's with Dr. Adam Van Bergen from the National Research Institute, Food and Environment in France, in INRAE. He's gonna be giving our third talking of the Agroecology Biodiversity series, and he'll be talking about Agri for Poll, which is promoting sustainable agriculture for pollinators. So I hope I will see many of you there, whoever has the time to join us. And again, thank you very much
Thank you.
to
Thank you.
you,
Thank you.
Professor
Thank
Matas,
you very much. Thank you. And
and thank
thank
you.
you, all the audience and the people, and thank you for the questions and the contributions of the people.
Excellent. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you very
Bye
much.
bye.
Goodbye.